Hello, 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 teacups. Welcome back to Spill the Tea Lou. And we're going to have a different kind of a watch along tonight. Obviously, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, so I can't scream all over the house. If I'm speaking incredibly low, please do tell me. But overall, I am going to have to speak a little bit lower than I normally do. Boffman's asleep for work in the morning, and the neighbours have kids. So we can't scream. We must not scream. We're going to have to rely on indoor voices, and silent excitement if we get some goals. So it's going to be an interesting watch along, guys. Well, I'm hoping it's going to be an interesting watch along. I'm hoping it's going to be fun. I'm hoping we're going to get goals. I'm hoping I don't forget after about 5 minutes that I'm supposed to use my indoor voice because I'll wake everybody up and then there'll be drama rama. Drama rama. We don't want to wake all the neighbours up at 2 o'clock in the morning and their kids. That's definitely not what we want to do. However, I do hope we get goals. I do hope we get an exciting match. I do hope we get an exciting watch along. And while the result of the match that sent Germany out of the World Cup is quite exciting, it is quite the upset. What I will say is the match was complete and utter shite. I didn't watch most of it. From what I've seen online, that was a good decision by me. The little bit I did see, it was absolutely dreadful. Good decision by us not to do a watch along for that one. And obviously, the one earlier on wasn't particularly good either. So I'm hoping that they've saved the best for 2 a.m. in the morning. As you can see, I'm not used to socializing at this time. I'm not at all, lads. This is a special occasion for you guys. This is exactly why I have not. This is why I've not been doing late night watch alongs. I like the nighttime, but what I like about the nighttime is that normally nobody else is awake. So, so we're going to do it. But like I said, if I'm speaking really super low, if it's hard to hear me, let me know and I'll speak a little bit louder. I just am very aware. I'm just aware of my surroundings. Nobody wants their neighbour screaming in the middle of the night. Do you know what I mean? So until I get the soundproofing done in this room, we just have to be aware of what's around us. But hello to the teacups, guys. I was a little bit worried. I didn't know if it was going to work out as a good idea to do this one in the end, or if it was a bit silly on my part. I didn't know because obviously it's a bit of a crazy time. If we've three, by the way, we have 3 Brazilian referees and 2 Chinese referees, 3 and 2. Just so we know, they're the match officials on the pitch. They haven't showed me VAR just yet. Obviously, I have the lineups ready to go, but they're about to show me VAR now. So Colombia is the main VAR referee, and Uruguay and USA are his helpers. But yeah, thank you guys for being here because obviously it is quite late. It's not a normal time we would have a stream. It's not a normal time. Look at the view, lads. Look at the view from that stadium. Isn't it just absolutely incredible? What a view. But yeah, so it's not the normal time we would be live. And obviously, for most of us, it's crazy o'clock in the morning. It might even be worse for you guys. Paige, what time is it for you? Because I know, obviously, for guests, right now it's 2 a.m. here, but it's 3 a.m. in Sweden for guests. So what time is it for you, Paige? You're probably about 3 or 4 as well, are you? So hopefully, we're going to get a match. They're going to pay us back for being up at this time. It's 3 for you, Paige. So yeah, fair. Right, let me see who's here. Let us have a wee look. Right. Gaz was straight in. Gaz, see with these redirects, Gaz is like on the ball, in. He's like straight in. To be fair, Rob wasn't too far behind him. Look at that. Isn't it just absolutely beautiful? Surreal was third into the chat. Well done, Surreal. Daz smashed his like. Good shout, Daz. Smash the like button, please. Tom telling everyone to get the Red Bull down you. That's what took me an extra few minutes. Hold on, I get my timer, guys. Hold on. Right, we've kicked off, guys. We have kicked off for Morocco and the Netherlands and Morocco. Good luck to Paige. I hope for you, Paige, it goes well. I'll be honest, I would kind of like to see Morocco go through, just because they've surprised me and they've been really good. So I'd be curious to see how far they could get. But I hope that you're happy at the end of it. I hope that you guys win for you. But just for me, as a watcher, I would kind of like Morocco to win. And obviously we have Mazraoui, who's been very good. Mazraoui's had a very, very good tournament. And they're showing us the wee look there at Ronald Koeman. But yeah, Tom was telling everyone to get the Red Bull. I do. I have my coffee. I have my coffee at the ready, so I do. Shem, hello, Shem. Shem is here as well. And lovely Lucky has joined us. I have to say, there's more teacups than I expected. I didn't know what way this one would go, but there's a load of you, and obviously Damien's here as well. Damien has just woke up for the watch-along and saw that Germany is out of the World Cup. Yeah, it did go down to penalties. There was a heap of penalties saved and missed by both teams. And there was a bit of controversy around a goal that was disallowed for crowding the keeper. Some people saying Germany have been robbed, it should have been 2-1, and that it was never a foul. Some people saying at the end of the day, the rules are made very, very clear before the tournament. Do not touch the goalkeeper when the ball is in play. If you touch the goalkeeper when the ball is in play, then it's your own fault. We can't say that we're sick of the rules being subjective and not being black and white, and then when the rules are applied, give out that no subjectivity was used. So I can understand both sides, if I'm honest with you. Tom, life is sort of hits different for me when I'm awake at this time, but not out. Let me see. Paige is saying Saibari has her worried. Yeah, we're off. We've a corner here. Somerville's about to take a corner for the Netherlands, by the way. But yeah. Oh, and Andrew's here. Hello, Andrew. Hello to Andrew. Referee is about to lay down the law when it comes to tussling in the box ahead of this corner. And while the referee is giving out to two other players are having a go at each other. They've obviously taken his warning very seriously. But yeah, so Somerville's going to send this in. Well, I'll tell you what, that was better than any of the most of the Brazil corners we saw earlier, but it was headed away fairly handily by Morocco. Let me see. Do you know what it is, Surreal? It's just the night time. My voice gets like this in the night time. I actually think I am. I might be getting a little bit sick because I was coughing earlier and my nose is a little bit funky. But the croaky throat, it's just, I get like this in the evening time. I'd be the same early in the morning. Say if you spoke to me before like 9 o'clock, this is what you get. So my voice is not designed to speak this quietly. So it takes a bit of effort, actually. I'm more used to just being loud. Okay, now I've got everybody. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anybody because you're all so good for being here at this time of the morning, and I do appreciate it so much. Thank you, Rob. Thank you very much. Yes, Surreal. The Dutch orange is very, very bright, but you know what? You're not going to miss them, are you? And you're definitely not going to get Morocco and the Netherlands mixed up. Yeah, don't spill the coffee. Don't spill the coffee. The nectar of life. The nectar of life. Sorry, Paige. I want you to be happy, but I want Mazraoui to be happy as well. Do you know what though? And this is a genuine question. Apologies, Paige. Close your ears for this, but Would it actually be an upset if Morocco beat the Netherlands? Like, really? Would it be an upset? Maybe it would. Maybe I'm just giving Morocco way too much credit. But would it actually be an upset? So, like, Germany going out, that's an upset. That is a genuine upset. Germany going out is a genuine upset, right? My thing is, like earlier, Japan going out is probably surprising because so many people had them as a dark horse. But is it really an upset for Brazil to beat Japan? Probably not. Do you know what I mean? It's maybe surprising that Japan's gone out, but it's not really an upset for Brazil to beat Japan. Do you know what I mean? It's probably the expected outcome. Whereas I think Germany going out, that's an upset. If you get what I mean. Paige says Morocco have been good in recent years. They could easily win. Shem. Get some toothpicks, Shem. Get some toothpicks. That's what they do in the cartoons. Tom says not a huge one, not a huge upset. Morocco won the AFCON last year. Lucky's saying Japan were close. Surreal McCoy is saying Super Spurs have Van Hecke and Van de Ven in their side tonight / this morning. Van Hecke has been very good. If I'm a Spurs fan, knowing we've just signed him and I'm watching him in this tournament, I'm delighted. I think he's been very good. Somerville trying to get forward. I'll tell you what, Morocco are defending physically. Morocco are being very... I'm not really sure what happened there between Van Hecke and I think that was Saibari. It looked a little bit odd. The camera angle didn't help. But Rami done a bit of physical defending there. The game's going to be physical. This game is going to be physical. There's bodies flying everywhere. Shoulders are all over the gaff. Is this the referee that sent a heap of people off? Sampaio. Is that him that sent a load of people off in the first match? I think this might be the referee from the first game. Sampaio. I think that might be him. His name, when I saw his name earlier, I thought his name's familiar. And I don't know any of the World Cup referees. Somebody's having a shirt change already. How do we need a shirt change already? What was not noticed 7 minutes ago that needs to be noticed now? Was somebody bleeding? I think that's the benefit of having a red shirt. If somebody's bleeding, don't really notice, do you? Let me see. Lucky, Morocco is the sort of team we would want as the England team, the way they play. I hope this referee isn't going to ruin this match. Okay, Van Hecke acting like a moron. Van Hecke squaring off, pulling people around by the shirt. That's... Van Hecke, that started a few minutes ago, right? But Saibari's on the ground and Van Hecke's dragging out of him by the shirt. And he's not giving out to Van Hecke. Like, for me, Van Hecke was the one in the wrong there. He's dragging him about the place by the shirt while he's on the ground. And he's not the one that gets told off. Interesting. That was him. I thought that. I recognised his name. Sampaio. So I hope he doesn't ruin this match. Did he, Shem? I didn't see that, but genuinely. I must have been reading the chat, and by the time I turned around, he was swinging out of him. Fair. Fair enough. That feels like an important part of that. But that started a few minutes ago. Do you remember I said, who's that throwing each other on the ground? That was Saibari and Van Hecke. So that's obviously going to kick off at some point. Flossie! I thought maybe you'd fallen asleep. I was like, oh dear. She thought she might have a little nap, but she's not woke up. Flossie, just as you weren't here for my explanation, Boffman's asleep for work and the neighbours all have kids. So I have to keep my indoor voice at the minute. I have to not scream. I'm doing my best. I think so far I'm doing okay. But I have to say, to be fair, as I was saying about Van Hecke before he started tussling with Saibari again. Oh, never mind. Morocco were attacking physically. I feel like this referee's just going to give a foul for everything. Feel like he's going to give a foul for everything, right? Both of these teams are physical teams. Both sets of players are physical players. The match got off to a physical start from both sides. I hope the referee's not going to blow for every tiny little thing. Fair enough about a kick in the head. That's fair. I just didn't see that. But like, look, he's after starting it again. Like, we've just restarted and he stopped it again. Have we gone 30 seconds without him blowing a whistle? Don't ruin this match. Do not ruin this match. For the love of fuck. What is he actually giving out about there? He doesn't, right? I'm after watching 2 replays. He hasn't touched him. Like, they've come together, but there was no foul from either side. I hope he's not going to blow every 30 seconds. I can't be dealing with this. Paige says, the ref is already on my nerves. Thomas in constantly. He's a Brazilian. Sampaio. He's the referee from the first match that gave out 3 red cards in the opening match of the World Cup. This has the makings of a good game. It started fast. It started physical. It started with both sets of teams going after it. And he's blowing up every 30 seconds. I hope that's going to stop. That's ridiculous. We'll have no players left on the pitch if he's going to blow up for everything. These are 2 physical sides. Let them play. Let us please have a match we can enjoy. An exciting, physical, fast-paced match with 2 well-matched teams. Don't wreck it. Please, for the love of God. Right, Dumfries tried to send it in, but nobody really got there, to be fair. So Morocco defended. That's Mazraoui. I love a referee that lets the game flow, Tom. I really enjoy a referee that lets the game flow. And you know what the thing is? We have had some really good referees. We've just had some muck as well. But Surreal, would it not be if he's used to a physical league, there would be less, he would be given less fouls because he's used to that sort of physicality? I would expect if he was from, like, I don't know, Spain or Portugal or something, he'd be blowing up by the minute. It's not Brazil. I don't know what's happened to him, but he's very irritating. So hopefully he stops because I can't be dealing with this. They're showing us the outside of the stadium, which is really lovely, other than the blinding sun. Like, the sun would blind you, and the camera is directly at the sun, obviously, because where else would you point it? Oh, for God's sake. Did we not have a time limit for taking goal kicks? Has that stopped? I'm willing this to be a good game. This has all the makings of a good game. Why did they let him referee it? Was that the blonde, Surreal? There's a brunette. There's a female referee that's brunette and a female referee that's blonde. I think the brunette is better than the blonde, I think. I don't actually know what's wrong with him now. I think he just enjoys blowing his whistle at this point. I actually don't even think he knows what he's blowing up for. I have no idea. The players haven't a clue. This bucko's walking around with a ripped shirt. And the ref, he hasn't bloody noticed that, the referee. We've already had somebody had to swap shirts, right? There's another bucko out there with a ripped shirt. He's blown for everything else, but he hasn't noticed the ripped shirt. He actually has to be the worst referee I've ever seen in my life. And I don't say that lightly. We see bad referees a lot, right? I actually think he's genuinely the worst referee I've ever seen in my life. This game started with such a high tempo, and now look at it, it's dead. We're 14 minutes in, and the tempo of the game is dead. Look at the first 5 minutes of the match, and look at how they're playing now. He's ruined it already. Yeah, someone just take it off him. Literally just someone take it off him. The players are afraid to do it now. I must have got it the other way around, Surreal. I must have got it the other way around. Although I would suggest her looks have nothing to do with her refereeing capability. I was using hair colour to identify them, but I don't think attractiveness has anything to do with refereeing ability. But this game started so fast, and now it's dead. He's murdered the game. 15 minutes in, and he's murdered the game. Yes, someone just confiscate his whistle. That's actually after really annoying me. This started exciting. It had the vibe that we thought it was going to have when it kicked off. And now the players are afraid to do it because Mr. Blow-his whistle's about to get to them. Come on. Right, Netherlands are forward here. Why didn't he take a shot? Was that Somerville? Offside. He was offside. Right, he was offside. Okay, it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, he was off. Right, the linesman can do his job. That's a good start. Right, we have another shirt change. I'm assuming this is for the wee chap whose shirt was ripped. I hope they've got extra spares, if I'm honest. I do hope they have extra spares because I've already gone through some shirts. That's 2 shirt changes we've had in 16 minutes. Right. The Dutch, to be fair, they're picking it up again. They're picking it up. I'm not sure what that ball was. Was that Cody Gakpo? Right, Netherlands throw. Netherlands seem to be moving into the driver's seat. Netherlands seem to be starting to take control of the match. Given the referee attempting to destroy everything everybody does, I hope they're actually able to build a bit of tempo again. Because it looked like it was going to be a really enjoyable match until he got his hands on it. That's not good. Do you who do we think, guys? Who do we think is going to win this? Who are we feeling? Do we feel differently now that the referee's gotten so involved? Because obviously some teams play better when it's a physical game and some teams don't. Morocco here now trying to build up. There's been a few loose passes from both sides, don't there? Right, Morocco now, they're trying to get a bit of possession and they are trying to move forward, so that's good. That'll pick it up a bit. Paige says, I could see Holland with a 2-1, but going in, I was feeling Morocco. Coming in, I was feeling Morocco. And watching the start of the match, I am now starting to lean a little bit more towards the Netherlands as well. That's exactly the way I've gone. That's why I'm actually asking. That is absolutely exactly the direction I have moved, Paige. Now, we have a corner here to Morocco, though, so I might be eating them words. What a save. What a save by Verbruggen. I did not know he was capable of that. So very, very good corner, very good header, excellent save. Excellent save, Bart Verbruggen. El Anui it was with the shot. This guy here, the third one down. I don't think my commentators are saying any of these names correctly. Unahi, that looks like. I'm not listening to them. They're telling me lies about these people's names. But it was a good save. Really good save. Yeah. What a save. Bonkers is with us. Hello, bonkers. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Rob is saying there it's a bit of a cagey start. And Flossie is saying it's very hard to tell because it's so stop-start. I'll tell you what, Verbruggen's going to earn his money tonight, isn't he? Verbruggen is going to earn his money tonight. And he's not a keeper I would normally have a lot of confidence in, but he's off to a bit of a flyer here. Because that was another good save. 2 good saves in 2 minutes. I'll tell you what, though, he's been really important for them. He's been really, really important for them in the tournament, has Hakimi. He's been, I would say, their best player. He's been very important. And he's stepped up over and over again, so he has for them. There's Mazraoui. Maz. He's a little bit much on it, but he's got it anyway. He's got it anyway. Bit of loose passing there during the attack from Morocco. Defended then by the Netherlands, but back with Morocco. I tell you what, Morocco's waking up a little bit, aren't they? Yes. And to be fair, we do have the core crew in here. I don't think anybody in here will put in any spoilers, but a good shout, Rob, just in case anybody new joins us, because I don't know, maybe everybody's doing this as a watch along. I'm not sure. Is all the channels doing this as a watch along? I think this is the best match of the day, so I wasn't missing this one. And to be fair, I promised you when this matchup come out, I promised you I would do this even if it was 2 a.m. I was actually telling Boffman, I was like, I'm doing one of the 2 a.m. matches. He was like, oh, is it going to be a good one then? I was like, I bloody hope so. Hassam's doing it as well. Well, Hassam just never sleeps. I don't know when that man sleeps. He's always, oh my God, we're at the hydration break already. No harm. There's probably going to be about 10 minutes at a time at the end of this half, just because he's stopped it 16 million times. Both of, if you see there, right? So I don't know if yous are on ads or not, but there's Van Dijk from Holland. There's another Holland player, and one of the Dutch player and one of the Morocco players are all over having a go with the referee. There's 3 players, and it's from both teams are giving out to the referee that he's doing a brutal job. See when both teams are telling you you're crap. It's not great, is it? It's not great when both the teams are giving out to you 20 minutes into the match. I don't think he's a good keeper, Surreal. I think he's brutal. I've watched him throughout the season. I think he's really poor. I think he's a load of mistakes in him because he was linked to United previously. And so I've been watching him through the season. I think he's absolutely brutal. Really, I think he is a proper mistake in him. I actually think that's the best save I've ever seen him make. Like, he's having a good match so far this match, but in general, not for me. Not for me. Although, to be fair, I'm not a fan of Emi Martinez, and a lot of people love him. So I suppose it depends. Do you know, that's the thing about opinions. Everybody's got one. Let me see. Flossie is going to be going to bed. Just as Mr. Flossie is going to work, showing Robbie pulling all the shirts. Robbie's going to get sent off if he tears more shirts in this game. Right, coffee. We're 20 minutes in. I haven't taken a sup of coffee. I need to get it together. Like, all of the Dutch players are on the pitch ready to go. Right. Right, Morocco's coming back now as well. Morocco is coming back now as well. Okay. Paige says Verbruggen is decent. That's about it. Shem's got his coffee. Now just toothpicks at the ready just in case. Oh, there's Buadi, the one everyone's been talking about. I tell you what, Mazraoui's had a good tournament. Mazraoui has had a really good tournament. I've been quite impressed with him, you know. Lucky is saying Morocco have the width of the pitch. It seems like they're finding their feet. Yes, it felt very much like the Netherlands, and then Morocco like woke up. Was very much what it felt like. I would agree. Tom Verbruggen was doing my head in on FPL last season. When I finally replaced him, I was like, "You've been rubbish. You're out." And you know what? Normally what it is, you wait and wait and wait. Van Hecke's rolling around the ground now again. It wasn't Saibari this time. It was somebody else. I'm going to have to watch the replay before I pass judgment, in case he got kicked in the head again. But I'll be honest, every time I look at him, he's rolling around the ground. He's starting to annoy me. But let me see. Maybe he actually did get a clatter. He gets a bit of an arm in the face. Is it the elbow? Right, he does get a bit of an elbow on his wee nose. It is a bit of an elbow on the nose, to be fair. Why is he limping? Right, fair enough. He has had an elbow in the nose, right? I will be fair. He's had an elbow in the nose. Why is he limping? That doesn't impact his ability to walk. Like, but I will be fair. That's why I waited for the replay this time, because the last time I was like, get off. I was like, right, I'll wait for the replay. And Shem is saying they're really going at him in this game. But I wonder, Shem, because when we started this watch along, the first thing I said was Van Hecke has been excellent throughout the tournament for Holland. If I was a Spurs fan knowing I just bought him, I'd be very happy watching his performances. So is it a case that when Morocco were doing their research or preparation for this match, they're going, right, Van Hecke is one of their key players, get on him? Like, is it an actual plan? Do you know what I mean? Because that's what you do. You get on the players that you think are going to be a problem. That was a very good cross there by Morocco, and just nobody got on the end of it. Yeah, bonkers. Stop, start. Fouling by Morocco. Lucky is saying Morocco have a great plan. No, Rob. The ref does not instill confidence. When I see this referee, what I don't feel is confident. Maybe I am just being really unfair because I like a physical game of football. But Frankie de Jong just said he's been fouled 5 times. I don't think I've seen him 5 times. Maybe he's getting fouled every time I look at the chat. I will be fair with the Van Hecke one. He did get elbowed in the nose, that last one. But Frankie de Jong couldn't possibly have been fouled 5 times. I haven't seen him 5 times to be fouled. I don't believe him. I think he might be being a bit soft. Paige is saying time for a card ref. Well, that's the thing. If he's going to keep stopping, just give the card. At least then everybody knows where they stand. But see, when you just let it keep running, everybody thinks they can get away with everything. So yeah, you're probably right, Paige. He does need to get the card out and be like, right, this is where the rule is. Oh my God, I couldn't. I actually couldn't. I'd crack. I couldn't. I would actually rather Michael Oliver. Genuinely. He actually hasn't even been this bad in the World Cup. He was worse in his second game. His first game, he was fine. There wasn't not a peep out of him on his first game. Didn't annoy me at all. Um, but I would actually take Michael Oliver over this bucko because he's brutal. Yes, Morocco are being really physical. The thing is, I like that. Maybe that's why I'm not seeing an issue. I like that physicality in a game. And to be fair, the Netherlands started physical, and then when they saw what the way the referee was behaving, they've toned it down. They've reacted to the referee, which is intelligent. Morocco have not. So Barry's just lost it there, and then he's fouled Somerville. And you knew before he got to him, he was going to foul him. Now, that was silly. So Barry had the ball, he's attacking, he loses the ball. Everybody knew he was going to take down Somerville before he got to Somerville. He probably does need to have a yellow now because he's had about 60. So it's like the amount of fouls that's been called against him, and the referee's right there. Literally right there. Look at the ref cam. Look how close he is. If you're going to call them all as fouls, you have to give a card at some point. Oh, what do the new buttons do? Do tell us. I'm not in the loop. What do the buttons do? Are they fun? But yeah, so Barry's just... He's going to cause himself problems here if he doesn't stop being a silly sausage. Yeah, Damien's saying that was poor by Barry. Yeah, but I think what it is, the Netherlands have adjusted to how the referee is refereeing the match. Morocco have not. They're just going to keep going anyway. Oh, is it? Oh, that's good, isn't it? Look at me go. I put all, well, to be fair, as I've been doing the stuff, I've been putting the links up. So the X machine has been on it for ages. I put the Discord on the day I made the Discord, and I put the Instagram on it yesterday, I think. So that's good. That's interesting. I like that. That's well done, YouTube. They've actually got something right for a change. It's not like them. Mazraoui, he's there defending. And there was an offside anyway. I'll tell you what, the linesman seems a lot more competent than the actual referee, doesn't he? What this game needs is a goal, though. Game needs a goal. And at this point, I've no idea who's going to score it. Not a bloody clue. Like, we're 33 minutes in. Teacups, give yourselves a pat on the back for actually being here for this. I can't believe, like, there's 11 of you here at 2:30 in the morning watching the Netherlands versus Morocco with me. That is just incredible. Like, that's really insane. So, pat on the back for you guys. Shout out to the teacups for being here. I really do appreciate like the dedication because I appreciate a lot of you would probably rather be in your beds. So I'm glad you're here with me instead. Yeah, I agree, Surreal. That does my nothing. That does my nothing. That happened actually in Michael Oliver's second game. He got right in the middle of it. That is the first time Dumfries has got round Maz. And it didn't last too long. That's the first time I've seen him get round him. Good defending. Who's number 2? Oh, that's Hakimi, is it? Yeah, good defending by Hakimi. That was well done because Mazraoui went down out of position. Yes. Clapping for everybody. Clapping for everybody who was involved at Teacup Castle. We do have a good little crew going in here. Ah, Shem, what are you sending us? Let us have a little look. Let us. It's the coffee pair. Or tea. Or tea. Maybe it's tea. Thank you very much, Shem. Thank you, really. I appreciate that so much, guys. I appreciate every single person that comes on these streams, whether you're a subscriber, a member, super chat, super sticker, normal chat. I appreciate it all so very much. But special shout out to those that do send in the super chats and super stickers and stuff, because that is what allows me to do this, which is obviously a big gamble after the shop. So thank you very, very much to everybody who spreads the word, who gets involved, because even just by chatting and hitting the like, it pushes the algorithm out there. So I appreciate everybody that contributes. Ah, that's cool, Rob. You got a questionnaire about one of my shorts. Well, thank you for the 5 stars. I appreciate it. But oh, that's interesting. I wonder if it's because I've only kind of started doing them and I've done 2 days in a row. YouTube are like, oh, what's this girl at? Corner, by the way, for the Netherlands. It does get to Robbie. I think it's gone out for another corner, though. But thank you all very much, guys. It's so appreciated. I think I'm 1 off 800 again. I think I'm back to 1 off 800. I had a wee look at it earlier on, and I think I'm back to 799. It's been jumping up and down a lot the last few days. I think I'm nearly up to 800 again, which is nice. It's nice to see it moving in the right direction, you know? Is Van Hecke bleeding? Van Hecke's head is busted. He's blood all over him. Van Hecke is absolutely busted. He's blood all over him. It's all in his hair. There's Rude. Considering all the clatterings he's taken, now he started bleeding and nobody saw what happened. And it's fairly pumping too. They're going to have to get the Vaseline on this. Yeah, 799, you guys can see. Why, what did I say? Did I say 799? But yeah, it's been up and down. It was like we had actually the other day, we had 300 with 802. And then we went down to 795 and then up to 799 and then down to 798 and then up to 799 again. It's fluctuating. It's fluctuating all over the gaff. I've said something about somebody's country in the World Cup, obviously, during a watch along, and they've all just unsubscribed. Maybe it's Footy Judge Mo. He's unsubscribed after all them vibes. He's had enough of me. They're treating, by the way, as you can all see, they're treating his wee head injury, so there's nothing happening on the pitch. Yeah, YouTube shenanigans is right. Archie doesn't appreciate the teacup's effort. He's in the middle of the bedroom floor on his back, legs in the air, snoring. I think Archie just likes to test you. I think Archie likes to be like, oh, you can't sleep. You're on a watch along. Watch me sleep. I think he just likes to play with you. He's playing mind games as Archie. I tell you what, he's done quite well not to get any of that on his shirt. It's all in his hair, but he's got none of it on his shirt. That was quite neat by him. It does look like they've fairly stopped the bleeding too. I'm just watching him run across. And like considering the amount of blood that was coming, they look like they've stopped it. I still don't know how it happened though. Oh, we're clapping. We're started back up again. I didn't know what we were clapping for, but we're back up and running. We're going to have a fair bit of added time at the end of this, you would imagine. You would imagine. I do appreciate that, Cyril, but don't worry. I very much appreciate the offer. But at the minute, I'm kind of happy just going slow and steady at my own wee pace. On our wee corner of YouTube at Teacup Castle. I like the vibe we have. I like, what we're sort of building. I like the feeling in the chat and how people get on. And I think sometimes when you go too fast, too quick, you can end up losing the feeling of the channel. So I'm actually kind of happy just pottering along as we are. And look, if people find it and people like it, they'll stay. And if they don't, they don't. That's just the way it is. But I very much appreciate the offer. It's just, I'm sort of happy moseying, if I'm honest with you. I don't even know, could you call that an attack? It was snuffed out anyway, whatever you wanted to call it. Guys, I'm going to turn the fan on. I didn't think I would need it because it's been much cooler today, but actually it's still quite warm. So I'm going to turn the fan on, bear with me. I have to plug it in. I'm keeping it nearby now. So if I need it, it's there. We don't have to panic. It's too hot for building another tower right now, says Shem. It's too hot for everything right now. Absolutely is. Well, everything except tea. Obviously, it's never too hot for tea. They say that's what you're supposed to do when it's warm. Drink a warm drink because it helps regulate your temperature instead of a cold drink. So they say. So they say. I don't know if they're right, but that's what they tell us. Yeah, Flossie, do you know what it is? Outside of this room, it's cooler. The computer, because I have it on so much to like prep the stream and get it running, it just absolutely roasts the room. It's like having an oven on in the room. The rest of the house is much cooler. Like the bedroom is much cooler, which is great because you can actually get a proper sleep in it. But Van de Ven giving it his best there. Going to get a corner here to the Netherlands. If it was just a little lower, just a little. Surreal doesn't believe that myth. I think there is some scientific reason. I just don't know what it is. Referee telling the players to stop crowding the keeper, and they've continued crowding the keeper. I mean, if he's going to stop play and give out to them, actually make sure they listen to you. What's the point in going over, telling them to stop doing it, and then walking away while they're still doing it? He's just ineffective, isn't he? He's just ineffective. He needs to go in that training camp I was talking about. Right, the corner has eventually come in, and absolutely not one single thing has come of it. Whole corner's been a waste of time now. I mean, in fairness to the keeper, he does get a thump to it. Brobby and Van Dijk are getting a bit frustrated here. I did expect to have a goal at this point. I have to be honest, guys. We're 45 minutes in. I did expect to have a goal by now. I expected to have several goals by now, if I'm totally honest with you. I thought we were going to have like a 3-2 or something. 6 minutes of added time, I thought that was going to be more as well. For all the stops we've had and all the like fouls and everything, I was expecting it to be more added time at the end of the half. And I was expecting to have more goals. Yeah, Flossie's agreeing. Flossie says, I did too, Lou. I thought it would have been much faster. My problem is the game started fast. The game started really, really fast, and then the referee was blowing up for everything, and then the whole pace of the game slowed and it hasn't gotten fast again. As far as I'm concerned, the referee has slowed the pace of this game. Yeah, Paige saying the referee is killing the game. The tempo was so fast when it started. It was like boom, 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 and he just slowed it right down. They have been a bit physical, Paige. They have been a bit physical. Good strength there, and then a loose pass from the Netherlands. Really good strength, and then just a silly loose pass. Yeah, I agree, Surreal. I do agree. And I think I have to say, normally I blame it on the teams or the manager or the players or, you know, in this specific match, I very much blame the referee because both teams come out of the gate fast. Both teams come out attacking and physical, and the referee wrecked it. There's a whole heap of mad tackles going in here. So Van Hecke cleared somebody out of it. The referee said play on. The player's still down. And then there was another tackle. And then there was an effort absolutely skied. I mean, he's cleared him out. I want to see it closer, though. Does he get the ball first? I mean, he takes ball and man, both legs. Actually, the shot wasn't as skied as I thought it was. Yes, Flossie, the ref is killing what should be a really good game. I'm so frustrated at him. I'm so frustrated. When I saw how the match started, I was like, excellent. That is what we've been waiting for. That is the kind of watch along we have been like on fire for. That's the kind of game people have been looking for all day. The referees wrecked it. Paige is saying, careful Van Heck, don't get rattled by Morocco. The thing is, the Netherlands started physical as well. They adjusted when they saw the referee blowing up for everything. He just has no control of the match at all. Yeah. And Hakimi doing the card thing. Anybody who does that should get an immediate card. anybody, I don't care who it is, if you do that, you should get a yellow card. I don't care. It's really, really ridiculous. But we are getting a free kick for Morocco in not a terrible position right before halftime. Yeah, Shem, nobody's getting them, and I don't know why. I've noticed multiple players across multiple teams. What a delivery! What a delivery! Oh, Saibari just needed to hit that. He just needed to hit that. Yes, Paige, you got away with it there 100%. Saibari, who has been good up until this point, he's not having a very good night. I think he's been good for Morocco up until this point. But this match, he's not been great. Netherlands are going forward here. It's with the keeper. Halftime? I actually don't know what way he's blowing his whistle. I think it's halftime, lads. He's just sort of... I don't know. I actually don't know what way he's trying to blow that whistle. I feel quite bad because all I've done for 45 minutes is complain about the referee. I just genuinely cannot understand how incredibly bad he is. He just... I don't think he should be allowed to referee any more matches ever again. Please don't let him any... Like, honestly, I don't want to watch a game like this between the Netherlands and Morocco, my first 2 a.m. game, because I thought it was going to be so good, and all I've talked about was the fucking referee. Yeah, great delivery, Saibari, absolutely. Like, he just had to get a touch, any touch on that, and it's going in the back of the net. Rob, thank you very much. Rob is getting on the super sticker bandwagon. Let me pull it up till I see what it is, because StreamYard doesn't show me. Oh, it's the super pair. It's the super pair with his little cape. Super pair flying through the air. So thank you very much, Rob. We'll leave that there for a wee while. Even if it doesn't show you on StreamYard what it is, we'll know what it is. It's the super pair. Well, I think we're all super sitting through this refereeing performance. I can't believe it. Can't believe it. And I've just seen Shem. They'll probably give him the final. And you know what, Shem? The worst part is you're probably absolutely 100% correct. They're almost definitely going to give him the final. He's obviously been told, though, to wind his neck in with the cards, because for all the fouls and free kicks he's given, he's not giving out any cards. I think half of them fouls he's given would have been red cards in the first match he refereed. So I would say he's been told to go light on the cards. He's obviously been reprimanded for giving out so many cards. The super pair drank my pear coffee and now he's... Oh, sorry. The pair drank my super pair coffee and now has become the super flying pair. That's what it is, Shem. That's exactly what's happened. And Surreal is like, oh God, please no. Like, don't give him the final. Yeah, he's destroyed this game. And because he's already wrecked the tempo off it, that's not on the teams. Because if they've come out with the gate fast and strong and then it's blown up, they're going to learn, right, well, you can't do that in this match. This referee's going to blow you up. And then they stop and then they just won't do it anymore. We've had 2 really good referees so far on all the matches I've watched. I've had some that I didn't mind, some that were not very good, but we've had 2 like good refereeing performances. I think one of them was, did Netherlands play Japan? Who played Japan? Was it Norway, Japan? The first Japan watch-along we did, that referee was really good. They just let the game like flow, like really flow. They were very good. To be fair, Michael Oliver, actually, his first match that he actually did, he was quite decent in his first match. Again, he let it really flow. The second match, he got a bit more involved. Surreal says, surely VAR should have a word with the referee to calm down. I'm not sure if he's the type to listen, Surreal. That's the problem. Japan, Holland. That's what it was then. It was the Japan-Holland match. That referee I thought was really good. He let the game really flow. I liked that. I like a referee, unless they have to get involved, don't. That's the way I like my referees. Unless you absolutely must get involved, don't. And if they stick to that principle, we'll get along just fine. This one, on the other hand, I don't want to come out of this match talking about the referee, lads. I just don't want to. Like, this should be the best match we've seen yet. This should be the best match we've seen. No matter who goes out, no matter who loses this match, it's going to be like, you know, a blow for the tournament, because I think both teams have been very good so far. And what we're talking about is the fucking referee. It actually really grinds my gears. It's like, it's 5-3 in the morning. I don't have patience for this. Tom says, what happened to good referees? I don't know. Who was the referee for that Japan-Netherlands game? Let's have a look. Andrew says, people are saying France looked the best, but when I said Argentina looked the best, I was told they've played no one, but neither has France. I haven't done a watch along of Argentina. I personally, from all the matches I've watched, I think France looked the best. I wouldn't say Argentina looked bad, and I wouldn't hold it against them who they've played, because you play who you play. What I would say is I hope they go out, because I do feel like they're getting favourable decisions more so than anybody else. But I wouldn't say they're bad, because it's not, they don't decide who their opposition is. So I wouldn't hold that against them. Yes, Damien. The best referee is the one who goes unnoticed but does his job properly as well. And the thing is, when they're doing their job properly, you normally don't notice it. You only notice it these days because it's so unusual for a referee to do his job properly. Tom says, a reason VAR exists is because we don't have good referees. If we did, they wouldn't have found VAR necessary, especially when no one likes it. Why don't we have good refs? Because they're all too busy patting each other on the back and covering for each other than actually like improving. Do you know what I mean? They'd rather just close ranks than actually make it better. Grinds my gears. Do you like that show, Family Guy? I know Family Guy, but it's not one I've ever really watched. I've seen episodes here and there, but no, it wouldn't have been my cup of tea. I wasn't a fan of South Park either. Any of those kind of shows, they're not really my sort of thing, being honest with you. I know they're very, very popular. They're just not, they've never been for me. My problem, Andrew, with Argentina isn't how good or bad they are. I don't like that they are definitely getting favourable decisions. That annoys me. I don't like it. So I kind of just want them to go out, especially against Cape Verde, because obviously they have the Irish defender. So I kind of hope Cape Verde put them out. But as I said, I wouldn't hold it against them who their opposition has been, because that's not down to them. That's down to other people. For me, my team that I've probably enjoyed watching the most so far has been France. I do agree with you. They have some questions in their defense. I do agree with that. There has been some iffy moments, but I have found them very enjoyable to watch. And for me, that's what I want, is when something's enjoyable to watch, I want to see that do well. I don't feel I'm missing out, Surreal. If they're your bag, cool. They're just not mine. I'm not missing out at all. I'm more than happy not to watch them. Don't forget, everybody is a different humour. Everybody is a different humour. It's just not my thing. Pa- Paige has said. Paige has said VAR would be good for Maradona hand of God moments, not if someone's big toe is over the line. But what I read was VAR would be great for Madonna. And I was like, what? It's only when I got to hand of God, I was like, no, go back, go back. We've read a word wrong here. Oh dear. Oh dear. That just that's and I just read it completely wrong. That was on me. But yeah, that is for me, I agree with Paige. That's what it's for. It's for those big, massive moments. Do you know, it's not for silliness. And I feel like now it's been used for that much silliness and it's not being used for actually the big moments. Do you know what I mean? I think it's actually a lot of the time not even being used for the things we want it to be used for and being used for stupidity that nobody cares about. Like, I don't think anybody wants those kind of goals ruled off. Do you know what I mean? But that's what it's being used for more and more. Yeah, Maradona, Madonna, it's close enough. It's close enough. It's practically the same thing. Do you know what I do like? I like the flags. Do you know the flags on the pitch before the match starts? Like, it's really lovely. It looks really well. That's the thing. All of these things have ripple effects, but we never know what way, things would go if they were different. They're showing me people on their holidays here. They're lying on the beach. Whichever F off. Right. What do we think is going to happen in the second half, people? What do we think? Who do we think is going to score? Who do we think is going to be involved? Who do we think is going to be dangerous? Do we think anybody is capable of winning this match despite the referee doing his best to stop everybody actually playing football? Who is going to overcome not only the opposition, but the referee? Because honestly, he's the biggest problem in this match so far. Let me see, what am I doing tomorrow? I haven't looked. See, since I told you, was it yesterday? I haven't looked at it since. So we've done, right, where's my pen? Where's my pen? Right, so Brazil, Japan, you're done. And Japan are out. South Africa are out. We're doing Netherlands, Morocco right now. We don't know who's out yet. Could be anybody at this stage. Tom, Veghorst to come on and score. Now, tomorrow, guys, I'm thinking of doing 2 watch-alongs tomorrow. And since you're the hardcore, I've got 10 people in the room with me. You guys are the hardcore. So, tomorrow, I'm thinking of doing both Côte d'Ivoire versus Norway at 6 p.m. and France versus Sweden at 10 p.m. I'm thinking of doing both of them. That's my current plan. I'm thinking of doing both of them. Would you like both? Is there one you would prefer? Is there one you don't really care about? I just feel like we're getting to the nitty gritty now. We are getting to the kind of the better matches, although that's yet to be. I'm yet to see the better of these better matches. But I'm thinking of doing both of them, 6 o'clock and 10 o'clock, because there's a gap in the middle. I'd be okay, because you're kind of, let's say 6 o'clock, you're kind of looking 8 o'clock, you're done. You know, I can have a bit of dinner, spend a bit of time with Boffman, and then I can come back to you and do France versus Sweden. So that's sort of my plan. But Rob is saying, yeah, do both. Cool. Paige is saying, France behave, don't slap Sweden. Flossie says it sounds good. Cool. So we'll do both of them. Like that. They both seem like decent enough games. So when I was looking at them, trying to decide which one to do, I was like, to be fair, there wasn't much between them. So I said, sure, I'll do the two once people have an interest. And then obviously on the first, I'm going to be doing England, DR Congo. That one's at 5 o'clock. So I'm going to be... Shem. Tom says, I hope France go out soon. They're the only squad I have an agenda against. Football reasons only. Do you know what I hope? And this is genuine. I hope the team that plays the best football wins. I don't care if that's Brazil or France or Morocco or Netherlands or Norway or whoever it is. What I don't want is to see somebody win who you're looking at it going, have they got away with it a bit? Have they got lucky? For whatever reason. When I see the winner, I want to feel like, yes, they were the best team. They were enjoyable to watch. They deserve it. So that's my thing. I don't mind. You know I love Brazil, but that's just because I live there. And obviously, like, a lot of their key players play for my club. But on a real level, I don't mind who wins once they're actually the best team. That's what I want. I want the best team to win. I don't want to look at the winner of the World Cup and go, you got away with one. You know, that's where I'm at. Andrew says, I don't like France. Come on, Isaac. Paige says, Andrew, indeed, never say never, but going by the tournament so far, Sweden are doomed. I mean, going by Guess, who is Swedish, she's not holding out much hope for Sweden. Oh, I'm looking at the match. We're back up and running, and I just forgot to start the timer. So once it pops up here, I'll get you the right time. But we have kicked off for the second half. We sort of lulled there a little bit, and I lost track of myself. There we are. Yes. Second half kickoff. Thank you, David. I'm watching it. And then I was like, oh, I should probably mention that on the watch-along, that the thing we're watching is back on. Go me. Lads, this can't be a 0-0. I would be devastated if this match ended 0-0. Not because of extra time, but because there's so much potential in this match. Surely there can't be a 0-0. A yellow card? A yellow card has been given to the Morocco player. For a foul on Robbie. It looks like he stood on his ankle. Yeah, he stood on his ankle. He didn't have his studs up. His foot was like this, but the stud did. It was Diop, by the way, that got the card. His studs weren't up, but because of the way he landed on him, the studs did kind of go down his leg, a wee bit on the ankle, onto the foot. It looked quite sore. Accidental, but sore is what I would say about it. So it's going to be a free kick to the Netherlands, and Somerville's going to take it. We're heading it about the place, and it's gone straight now to the goalkeeper. So it's with Bono here. So funny. Does everybody know Bono from like U2, the band? So Every time I say Bono for the goalkeeper, it just makes me laugh. I think of Bono, like actual Bono. Yes, that one. That one, Paige. That's the one. But so every time I read Bono, I'm like, oh, Bono out there with his sunglasses, saving the football. That was poor from Buadi. Guys, can I have a little bit of a confession? I don't get the hype. I don't get the hype about Buadi. I've not seen this magnificent, stellar, unbelievable player that like all the clubs are in for. I don't get it. I know supposedly his first match was incredible, and I think that was 2 a.m. as well. I don't think I saw the one that everyone was raving about. But I've watched, this is my third game watching Morocco, I think. It's definitely at least my second, but I think it might be my third. And I'm not saying he's bad. I don't get the hype. I don't get the hype. Andrew says he was good against Brazil. That's it. Yeah. I'm not seeing it. Like I said, I'm not saying he's bad, but I feel like there's such a hype train. And I'm not on it. Paige says, many people go off vibes, see one or two good games, and think a player is the next big thing, especially during these tournaments. Well, we know I don't discriminate against the vibes, but I do agree. You have to see, like, vibes come from somewhere. Like, vibes are a bit of an intuition, but they're based on things, and it can't be like one or two matches. Do you know what I mean? So I do agree with your point overall. Damien says, gotta be careful of the World Cup hype. And Flossie says, there have been some terrible buys after the World Cup. I'd well believe it. Andrew says he is 18, to be fair. And that's the thing. Nobody's saying he's bad or that he won't be good. But the amount of hype that's around him right now, I think is a bit too much. I think it's a little bit too much. Shem says, it's what the World Cup does to players. They have a good game and everyone thinks they are brilliant. Now, and I have to be fair, because I'm doing it about other players. Like, I've become the Suzuki champion. Do you know what I mean? Who was the other one I was talking about? There was another one, not Ari, because I'm not that hyped about him. I thought he was decent, but I'm not like, oh my god, wowza, do you know? But I thought he was good in that match that I watched. Who was the other one I've been saying is like really good? That's how good he is. I forgot about him already. I'll remember tomorrow. But like, there are players where I'm kind of going, yeah, like I can see it. I don't see it with Buadi. And like I said, like kind of what Andrew's saying there, he's very young. There was an attempt there by Morocco. Hakimi again. If Morocco are going to score, it's going to be Hakimi, because honestly, he's been their best player by a country mile through the whole tournament. I'm not saying he won't be good. I'm just saying I don't see the hype right now. Rob is saying, surely a game like this can't go to extra time. Rob, I'll be honest. It might. He's just hit the bar. Even the keeper didn't know where it was. Yeah. That's it, Damien. Doing it in a tournament is one thing. Doing it for a whole league season is another kind of fish. Morocco have had more attempts on target than the Netherlands. So Morocco have 2 attempts on target, 6 total. The Netherlands have 1 on target, 4 total. Do you know what I don't like about the shots on target stat? Most of them don't count if it hits the woodwork, and they don't count if it's blocked. And my thinking is, if it hadn't been blocked, would it have been on target? Because if it was on target if it hadn't been blocked, then it's on target. Do you know what I mean? The block doesn't stop the fact that it was on target. The block stops it getting to the target. It doesn't negate the fact that it was on target prior to being blocked, though. I don't like that. And I understand, like, people have like logical explanations for these things. I just don't like it. It's not that I don't understand it, it's that I don't like it. I disagree with their logic. Everybody's all over the place here. They're all fouling each other. Somerville goes down. I don't think there's a whole lot in it, though. Paige disagrees with me. I was like, there's not a lot in that. And I turn around and there's Paige. And Paige is like, how is that not a free kick? Maybe I'm feeling very laissez-faire. Normally, guys, to be fair, normally I'm very much like, no, this is the rules and that's the way it goes. This is me in the 2 a.m. in the 3 a.m. I'm very like, oh, it's fine. It's fine. Whatever. Don't worry about it. I'm very laissez-faire. I'm never really in between. I'm very much like, those are the rules and apply the rules. Or I'm like, whatever. It's all fine. Let me see. Rob says, the ref is very officious. He is a bit. Let me see. Tom says, I love fullbacks like Hakimi. So entertaining to watch. I agree. Again, there's loads of players on the ground, but we're going forward anyway with the Netherlands. That was poor. A good run, terrible final ball. Andrew says, I'd love Hakimi's team to win the World Cup. They got robbed versus France in 22. He's a good player, Hakimi. He's been very good in the World Cup. Shem says, Morocco defended. Van de Ven defended that so well that Hakimi congratulated him. Right? In fairness to Hakimi, because that probably did clatter him a little bit. He didn't get up and complain. He didn't roll around the ground looking for a penalty. He got up and congratulated Van de Ven on a good tackle. That's what I like. That's what I like to see. And you know what that was? That was one defender to another defender. Well done. Well done. That's what you want. See all of that rolling around the place, crying at you. Annoys my head. Good defending. Get up, congratulate him, and off you go again. That's what I like. So, very good defending Van de Ven. And you know what? Really likeable behaviour by Hakimi afterwards. And yes, Bonkers is saying, what a tackle. Davian's saying, good defending. Tom is saying, great tackle. And Surreal McCoys is singing a Van de Ven song. Is that like to the tune of Batman? I'm not singing it, but is that to the tune of Batman? Or is it Spider-Man? Is it Spider-Man? I don't know. What's the tune? I'm not singing it, but I want to know now. I was about to read a comment. I'll come back to it now. Morocco are trying to go forward again here, by the way, guys. Shem says, I remember one tournament, Arshavin was great, but instead of buying him, we bought Pavlyuchenko, who scored one wonder goal. Arshavin, brilliant at Arsenal. Pavlyuchenko, a quarter season wonder. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. I'll tell you what, Hakimi was trying to go forward there again, and Van de Ven cut him out. And I actually think that's really key because, as I've said, Hakimi has been Morocco's best player throughout the tournament. If Van de Ven is keeping Hakimi quiet, that does really stifle Morocco. He is their outlet. Who was that? Was that Ake? Well done, Ake. That was really good. Good defending by, I believe, Nathan Ake. Andrew, I hate when any player does it. I hate when my players do it. If you ever watch me, and I did do some watch-alongs towards the end of the season there, even when United players do it, it's not like, oh, the opposition, or, it's because it's not my team, or I hate when any player does it. It really, really, really grinds my gears. Get up. Unless you're genuinely hurt, get the F up. Really, really bothers me. We all have a little bit. We all have a little bit of bias towards our own team, some more than others. When I'm being biased, I'll say it. Because I think for the most part, when you're being biased. If I'm being biased, I'll just come out and say it. I'm being biased. My first ever video, if you go back to the very, very start of this channel, my first ever video where I introduced myself for the channel was me saying, I'm going to be a hypocrite. Get over it. So I've made no secret about it, but I will say, for the most part though, I am pretty unbiased. And what annoys me, if one person does it, annoys me when anybody does it. And if it's a player I specifically don't like, I'll just say that. It's to the tune of give it up. Like, baby, give it up. Oh, okay. No. Okay, right. Yeah, I've got the tune of it now. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I had to sing it in my head. But yes, I see it. I see it now. Give it up. It's a good song too. I like that. I like that song. Guys, we're 59 minutes in and we still don't have a goal. I can't tell. Has the game been interesting or has the chat just been interesting? Because I can't tell anymore. I don't know the difference. I don't know the difference. We're having such a nice time. I don't know if it's us or if it's them. I feel like it might be us, to be honest with you. I feel like we might be the fun. It's the chat, says Shem. I'll take your word for it. I mean, fair. All right, we're down the left with Morocco. We're down the left with Morocco. Cut out. It's going to be a corner to Morocco. Saibari is just not having a good match. He's really not having a good match. And I don't like, see when that didn't go well, he kicked over the mics for the journalists at the back of the, see the mics at the back of the goals? Look, he just boots it. I don't like that. I know you get frustrated. Don't just destroy somebody else's property because you can't get your shot off. That's a you problem. I'm very judgy. It's very judgy. I don't know if you've noticed, guys. Very judgy. Yeah, everybody agrees. Shem, Damien, Rob, everybody said it's the chat. Fair. I mean, you guys, I'll defer to you guys. We do have another corner to Morocco, though. Corner Morocco, can they do anything? No. Is it going straight out for another corner? I think it was it Dumfries? Dumfries defended it there. Another corner. I can't. Are these corners dreadful? Or are Holland defending well? Frankie de Jong has sent it out for another corner, but I have to be honest, the corners just don't seem that good. Can nobody take a corner today? Right, the corners are just really bad. The corners are really bad. Brazil's corners were terrible. Morocco's corners are terrible. Damien says both teams look like they're waiting for the hydration break. Do you know what? I believe you. Okay, no, to be fair, one of them, the first corner was nearly a goal, and the goalkeeper actually stopped it going in. The second one was really terrible. Or sorry, the third one was really terrible. The second one actually was nearly a goal. Fair. I didn't see it from that angle before. We're all learning what Paige already knew. Holland's performances are erratic. I'll tell you what though, if you look at the momentum chart, I would suggest Morocco have had about as much momentum as the Netherlands, but theirs has been concentrated in the second half. Mazraoui on Van Dijk. Referee wants nothing to do with it. If that referee's not giving it, nobody is. Look at that sneak, Somerville, right? Watch this replay. I thought it was Van Dijk. It wasn't. It was Somerville. Somerville traps Mazraoui's arm under his arm and then throws himself on the ground and tries to claim a foul for it. That's really sneaky. I've not seen that. That was really sneaky. I thought, oh, Mazraoui was in trouble there when I saw him go down. And then I saw the replay. That was sneaky. Did you all see that on your replay? He grabbed his arm. With his arm. And like, that was sneaky. If Mazraoui had been penalised for that, I'd have been furious. I'd have been really mad if Mazraoui was penalised for that. I wouldn't have been too happy about that now. Sneaky Somerville, says Damien. Paige says they had it coming. Yeah, try to act proper innocent after it. I did need the replay though. I find, to be fair, guys, yeah, and I do have sympathy with the referees to an extent. I never see it in the first time. I always have to watch the replay. I do. I always have to watch the replay just to see. So I'd be a terrible, as much as I complain about referees, I'd be a terrible referee. I'd be great at VAR. I'd be a terrible referee because I never see anything real time. I have to watch it again and then I'm like, oh my God, I didn't see that the first time. These, they're not a decoration. They're absolutely not a decoration. Do you remember that fad everyone went through where it was like fashionable to wear glasses even if you didn't need them to see? I've never seen like anything so ridiculous in all my life. Morocco have most of the possession and they're doing most of the attacking. I feel like the Netherlands have just sort of stood off completely now. Hello, our Luke. Luke has joined us. Tom, I did that. Oh, Tom, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Do you know why it irritated me, right? As someone who has to wear glasses to see, it's very frustrating because when I wake up in the morning, do you know when you wake up in the morning and you just open your eyeballs and you can see things? I can't do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't just wake up and see. And I'm like, why would you possibly wear glasses when you don't have to? Like, I can't lie down and watch a movie because like my glasses get all like shoved in my face and skewed. I can't lie down and watch a movie. I can't lie on my side in bed and watch a movie. I can't just wake up and see things. I can't, do you know what I mean? It's so awkward. When I go swimming, I can't see because I can't wear my glasses in the water. You can just go swimming and see things. Do you know, that to me is magical. And I've worn glasses from I was a young child. So this sort of like, and I know it was a fashion trend. I'm not picking on poor Tom for his confession. This was a fashion trend. We're at the hydration break, by the way, guys. But so I just couldn't wrap my head around this notion that I would give anything to be able to not wear glasses. Like these with the headphones, even though these are really good headphones and the cushion is really good, I still have to adjust them all the time. It's really irritating. I can't do anything. I can't go for a swim. I can't like go with, there's so many things. 3D glasses, that's another thing you can't do without it being an absolute pain in the bejesus. There's so many things. And so my thing was, I can't understand the concept of somebody wearing glasses that don't have to. And it really irritated me. It was the one fashion trend that really, really, really irritated me. Because I was like, you have no idea what it's like to have to wear glasses. None. And it was so big. It lasted for a while, because sometimes these fashion trends, they go away quite quickly. But not this one. This one stuck around for ages. So as I said, I'm not picking on Tom for confessing. Everybody was doing it. It was really big. And like, I couldn't understand why anyone would do it voluntarily when I would do anything to be able to just wake up and see. Do you know what I mean? Andrew hates glasses, so he just doesn't wear them. Damien, try playing basketball with glasses. No, thank you. Luke says all the trends irritate him. Fair. Surreal says, my eyesight is shit. Someone 4 feet in front of me and their face looks blurred without glasses or contacts. Do you know what I did? I wore contacts to a concert once. Worst idea of my life. I couldn't see shit. Yeah, Shem says, I tried contacts, but I couldn't handle it. My eyes get very dry. I do have contacts with the extra moisture, but they made my eyes very, very dry. By the way, guys, Coot Miners and Veghorst are both coming on. Do you know what? Veghorst with that hair is much better on him than the short hair. He looks like a footballer with that hair. Who said earlier Veghorst to come on and get the winner? Somebody said that in the chat. Who did say that? Damien, Veghorst masterclass incoming. See if Veghorst wins this match. Guys. Honestly, if the Netherlands knock Morocco out with a Veghorst winner, we're probably going to try and buy him again. So Brobby is off and Ake is off. Coot Miners and Veghorst on. It was you, Tom. It was you. Well, he is, Damien, he's channeling his Latin. He is channeling his Latin. You're right, he is. But Tom, if that comes true, we all will remember it was you. We'll remember that you predicted it, because it might be about to happen, you know. Oh, imagine. The hipster look, yeah. Goal! It's a goal! It's a goal! It's a goal to the Netherlands. Everybody's on the pitch. Lads, there's 25 minutes left. Get off the pitch. I think it was Cody Gakpo scored, but then he was holding his head. Cody Gakpo's crying. Oh, bless him. He was holding his head because he was crying. I thought he hurt himself when he scored the goal. Oh, God love him. Oh, he's actually like proper crying. Oh. Guys, there's 25 minutes left. Get your head in the game. Right, hold on till I do this. Hold on till I do the score. Netherlands 1. That's probably what it is. That's actually probably where all that emotion's coming from. I did see that. And see, that's it. Mazraoui was flying back. And was it Somerville fell over? I didn't know if that was a foul. Mazraoui tried to get in, but Gakpo scores it anyway. Well done. But I'd say that's probably where a lot of the emotion came from. But yeah, I have to say, do you know what? Actually, if anyone's going to have that moment, I'm glad it was him. Yeah, that was it. That was it, Paige. I spotted it the other day. Like when you see a story, right? Oh, the fans and all are crying from. If the Netherlands were going to score, I'm really glad it was him. I'm really glad. I am. Damien Weghorst header, Somerville pass, and a Gakpo finish. I'm pleased for him. I'm really pleased for him. And then, like a few days ago, well, not a few days ago, was it last week? We had people giving out about a footballer going home to be with his partner for the birth of their child. And then you see the story about Cody Gakpo, and you're like, that's why. That's why. So, yeah, it was a really sad story. Really sad. Paige says, now don't let them get back in the game. Don't do a Japan. Flossie says, it's starting to get light up here. It's probably starting to get light here too. Let me see. No, we're still pretty dark. We're still pretty dark for now. There's going to be a substitute for Morocco. Substitute for Morocco is Riyadh is coming off. Riyadh off, who's a defender for Edina. Edina. That is a substitution in the defence, which is interesting. And to be fair, for that goal, Mazraoui was trying to defend against two players. So I don't know if maybe that was the other defender that should have been there that's been substituted off now. I can't tell. Because Mazraoui was trying to defend one and then he was trying to defend the other and he wasn't getting much help. Joku, yes, Damien, that's who it was. People giving out about Joku going home for the birth of his child. And then you hear that's... And people were genuinely complaining. Oh, he's a disgrace. What's he doing leaving? He should be staying at the tournament, blah, blah, blah. Giving out about him going to see the birth of his child. And then you see that story about Cody Gakpo. Hakimi's on Paige's list. I get the impression Paige's list is not somewhere one would want to be. I feel like that's not somewhere one would want to be. It's getting a bit frantic now, isn't it? The referee needs to get out of the way here. It's getting frantic. Go on, Buadi. Prove me wrong. No, Van Heck. Van Hecke in there before him. But I'll tell you, Morocco are starting to get a bit frantic here. Frig off, Tom. People are actually a disgrace. I put up when people were giving out about Doku, I put up on my Twitter, Um, Anybody who's given out about it disrespectfully, you are a moron. Not respectfully, disrespectfully. If you're giving out about a man going to the birth of his child, you're a complete moron. And I mean that with total disrespect. There's been a coming together here. Barry's involved, you'll all be shocked to know, with Dumfries. I mean, they were both going for the ball and neither of them got anywhere near it. Not in the slightest. I think they're both, like, Dumfries he's a well-built young man. And I think he might have clattered himself when he landed. I think he landed on his own wrist because he's talking to his teammate there, whose name I can't see on the back of his jersey, and he was pointing at his wrist. I think he landed on himself, basically. Oh, was it, Tom? Like, honestly. Oh, right. I see who said it now. Is there anyone he doesn't have a problem with? Like, and I'm not being funny. Is there literally anyone he doesn't have a problem with? I wouldn't be too worried. Buwadi off. Buwadi subbed off. Diaz subbed off for Morocco. El Murabat and Yassin on. No, sure. Yeah. See, with people like that are so filled with hate, I would be more concerned if I was the type of person they liked. Yeah, bonkers. Bonkers saying Buwadi isn't all that. I think he's been a wee bit overhyped, I think is what's happened. I think he's a decent young player with a little bit of potential that maybe in the future could be very good. And I think he's just been completely overhyped because of the World Cup. That's it. Gakpo holding his head there. He was holding the back of his head. I knew that. They're showing the goal. They're showing a repeat of the goal. He was holding the back of his head, but I think it was all the emotion. Andrew, there's dogs barking. The dogs are going mad. It's getting a bit fractured again, isn't it? Whew. It's getting a little bit... Lads, I tell you what, right? We're an hour and 47 minutes into this watch-along, and that's the first time I've yawned. Quite proud of myself. I think I'm doing all right. Gravenberch was down there, by the way, getting a little bit of treatment, but he looks to be fine. They're after helping him back to his feet. I think he's all right. The Moroccan players were a little bit impatient. Do we reckon, guys, this is it? Netherlands win, or do we reckon Morocco get a late equaliser? What do we think? This is a big feat. If the Netherlands see this out and put Morocco out, that's a big scalp. That's impressive. Because I really thought Morocco was going to beat the Netherlands here. Genuinely. I wasn't winding Paige up. I really thought the Netherlands were going to lose. So I actually think this is a really big scalp for the Netherlands if they get this over the line. Paige doesn't want any more extra time. No more extra time, please. What's with the shoes on the head? They look like that woman in the movie Brazil. I don't know. I think anything goes at the World Cup, doesn't it? If Holland win, you have Canada next. You should beat Canada. I mean, Canada's going to be easier than this. Morocco are a tough opposition. I think if you beat them, you beat... I think whoever the winner of this game is would beat Canada, if I'm honest with you. Netherlands are going forward again. Not anymore. Now they're going right. It was a bit of a loose pass there. It didn't get all the way to the next person. Yeah, Paige, I'm not sure what that pass was, if I'm honest with you. I don't think they knew what that pass was. You could see them sort of look at each other and go, that didn't quite work, did it? The thing is, I thought you would have a good bit of added time at the end of the first half, and there wasn't really. There was 6 minutes. I was expecting more. So if that's anything to go by, you're not going to get a lot of added time at the end of this half either. You'll get your 3 minutes for the hydration break and probably not a lot more than that, just purely based on the first half. If that's the case, that's all the better for the Netherlands. It means you've probably only got to see out another 10 minutes. Sorry, Flossie. Do you know what is contagious? It's the same as a smile. Supposedly, like if you see somebody smiling, it's contagious. For the most part, you'll smile too. It's the same with yawning. And you don't have to see it. So I voice note my friend in Australia all the time. And if one of us yawns, so if I'm listening to her voice note and she yawns, I yawn. Even though I can't see her, I just hear her yawn and I yawn. So supposedly it's contagious. There's going to be a substitute for the Netherlands here. They're just working on getting the board right, apparently. They're struggling with the board for the substitution. Stevie Wonder could have done better with that pass. Oh, Paige. I can't stop now. I made it all the way, nearly 2 hours. And now I've started. I can't stop it. Netherlands were on the attack there, but it was just caught out by the Morocco defence. They've launched it forward. Morocco, Saibari, he's running. Van Dijk. Big tackle by Van Dijk. Big tackle by Van Dijk. That was a really, really important bit of defending by Van Dijk, and it was well done. He got all of the ball. All of the ball. Tell you what, he's another player who's been shite all season, and now he's playing brilliant for his country. He was not very good for Liverpool this season. 2 subs, by the way, for the Netherlands. There's going to be some for Morocco as well. So Gravenberch is coming off. So is Van de Ven for Timber and Hato. I wouldn't be taking Van de Ven off. He's been keeping Hakimi quiet. That's an interesting substitute. Timber and Hato on. I don't know about taking Van de Ven off. El Canoes has gone off for Morocco. Right, so Gravenberch, Van de Ven off. Timber and Hato on. Then for Morocco... Wait, dude, are you not going to show me? They didn't show me. Sorry. Yeah, Tom, I think he is deep in that a wee bit. Do you know what? We do all have little things that irritate us. But that one, I've never heard that one before. I tell you what, the Netherlands are attacking here. Defending. Big defending there. By Diop. Jay, hello, Jay. So it was Unahi and El Kanous went off for Rami and Talbi. Now they've told me. What did I think of the Germany versus Paraguay game earlier? I didn't watch most of it. To be honest with you, so I can't tell you a lie. And I don't regret not watching most of it because based on the little bit I saw and what everyone else is telling me, it was complete and utter dross. I think obviously the outcome is surprising. I think most people would have expected Germany to dispatch of Paraguay, but the match itself, I didn't watch enough of it to be able to say. I won't make it up. Saibari's on the ground again. Just keep going without him. He's actually... Get up off the ground, you silly idiot. Why is... His team is attacking and he's lying on the ground clutching his face, and now his team's had to put the ball out of play while they're on the attack in control in the 88th minute. I mean, he was poked in the eyeball, it looks like. On the replay, it looks like one of the substitutes has poked him in the eyeball. Still think he should have just got up, to be honest. Yeah, I'm with you, Paige. Just get up. He was poked in the eyeball, so I'm being really unfair. But just get up. Your team is on the attack in the 88th minute, and now it's back with your goalkeeper because you just couldn't get back up on your feet. Big old baby. Salah baby instead of Salah Barry. That's a good one, Rob, actually. That was frustrating. Like, his team were in a good position, attacking well. He should have just got back up. Yes, he got poked. I get it. He should have just got back up. Because now his team, while they have possession, are in a worse position and all of the Holland players are back. He's put his team in a worse position by rolling around the ground like a big old baby. And yes, Paige, Timber, don't be so stupid when you're so close. He did poke his eyeball out. I just think Saibari should have got up anyway. He didn't need his eyeball. He just needed his team to keep moving forward when all the defenders weren't backed and packed in for the Netherlands. Mazraoui's going forward. That's not normal. Right, he's going back. He's going back. It's been launched forward. What have I just seen? It's 1-1, guys. It's 1-1. That might be the best goal I've ever seen in my life. I actually don't have the words for what that goal was. What was that? That was not a normal goal. That is quite literally incredible. I need to see the replay for this. I have actually got to see this again. Right, okay. The touch on the header, the ball, it's the cross I'm talking about. So it was a good header. It was a good header. I'm talking about the ball in for the header was unbelievable. Talbi, the substitute. Talbi, the substitute with the cross. That cross was incredible. And well done to Diop, who got up over Van Dijk. He's able to head the ball there because Van Dijk isn't doing his job properly. He got up over Van Dijk. Look at the size of Van Dijk. How does he get up over him? That was actually unbelievable. Lads, we're definitely going to extra time now, aren't we? Oh my God. Oh my God. It's 5-4 in the morning and we're going to extra time. Like, to be fair, there's 4 minutes of added time left. That was unbelievable. It was literally a perfect cross. Perfect. And now Morocco's tails are up and they're on the attack. I'm astounded by that goal. The cross more so than the header. The header was very good. That cross was something else. And now that the tempo of the game is up, now that we've a game in our hands, the referee started blowing his whistle again. Somebody just take his bloody whistle off him. The tempo was up. The tension is up. The attack is up. The game is moving fast. We're 1-1 with 3 minutes left in a knockout in the World Cup. And he's blowing his bloody whistle. Just take it off him. Don't let him have a whistle. Yes, you did call penalties. You did, Andrew, call penalties. There's a free kick here for the Netherlands. I don't think my heart can take this. Paige Weghorst, it's up to you. If he scores the winner, honestly, I might fall out of the chair. That wasn't a very good free kick. That was not a very good free kick. Do you know what it is? Right, if this goes to penalties, could be 5:30, I'll still be here. Because by the time you do the break and then the first half of added time or extra time and then the break and then the second half of extra time and then the break and then the penalties, and you don't know how many penalties you're going to do, it could be 5:30 by the time we're done, lads. Oh, right. I thought the referee was blowing for another foul. He's not. Somebody was offside. I was like, for the love of God. But it's not. It wasn't. Somebody was offside. I just can't. Tom says, if it goes to penalties, I'm just staying up, which I might have to anyway. Well, with the amount of Red Bull it sounds like you've consumed, I think you might have to stay up anyway. I, on the other hand, was hoping to get a bit of sleep. But, if it goes, it goes. We'll watch it. We'll be here. Paige, what are you grinning for, Coleman? Yeah, he shouldn't be grinning about anything, let's be honest. He should be absolutely freaking out right now. His team were about to go through to the next stage in the World Cup and they've conceded a goal. What is he grinning about? That's an excellent question, Paige. Somerville is fast, but Mazraoui is faster. That was very good. Very, very good by Mazraoui because Somerville was through. He's been absolutely excellent. Really excellent. How in the name of God, somebody please explain to me why Dallo plays ahead of Mazraoui. Because I'm not okay with that, by the way. Saibari and Gakpo on the ground. Sorry, Paige. You do have a way with words. You really do. Yes, Surreal. I do feel sorry for people that have to go to work. We're over the 6 minutes here, so I think we're going to be, at the very least, going to extra time. I tell you what, it took a little while, but it's got bloody going now, hasn't it? Right, guys, we're officially going to extra time. What you'll have to do is, right, let's go. Pause. Okay. Okay. Guys, bear with me a minute. I'll be back with you in a little second. Okay? I'll be back for the extra time. Just give me a little minute and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Oh dear. Retiring from international football or like retiring? Surely he still has a contract with you guys, no? I assume retiring from international football, I would imagine. Right, they're doing the coin toss here for extra time. What I'll do is I'll have a look at it for tomorrow. Andrew. I just don't have really time to look it up right now with the watch along. But I'll have a look at it tomorrow. All football. All football. That's crazy. Surely he has a contract with Liverpool. He can't just leave his contract. I will have a look at it tomorrow, but I'll have a look at it when I can look at it all properly. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't want to end up getting half a story and then getting the wrong end of the stick. Right, we're about to kick off now for extra time any minute now. Right, we've started extra time, guys. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'll tell you what, RTE's getting tired because their thinger's starting to chop a bit. That's not what we want. Why are they acting like a complete moron? What do we reckon to this, guys? Do we reckon we actually get a result in extra time? Or do we reckon we're going all the way to penalties? It's fake news, says Flossie. Fair. People just put anything out there, don't they? Like ITKs and stuff. It's actually highly irritating because they're just preying on people. Yeah, clickbaiters. That's what they are, clickbaiters. Tom reckons penalties. Somebody else said penalties as well. There's been a few penalties. From Spanish media. Right. Morocco is a free kick here because it was a handball by the Netherlands. 90th minute are bad for it. Oh, interesting. I honestly don't know where people get the energy from to be imagine like that's what you do with your spare time, just making up random stories that aren't true. But yeah, guys, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like neither of them could score. I feel like both of them could score. I feel like it might go to penalties. I don't know what they're doing. I've no idea what way. And you know what? I think overall a draw is actually a fair result. Because I think both teams have had spells. I think both teams have had some funky fouls. I think both goals were very good. I actually feel like a draw is a fair result. And it's obviously not possible. Somebody has to win. So, really, whoever turns up now, whoever goes after it, they deserve it because it's up for grabs at the minute. And see, that's the thing, as Andrew says there, it's hard to know. And when it's not a journalist you're familiar with, it's hard to know how reliable they are. But that's why there's no harm in asking, because then we can sort of have a look together and say, like, yes or no, that like this person's reliable or they're full of poppycock. Every time I see Frankie de Jong, it's just when he's complaining. Paige, you tell me, has Frankie de Jong been good in this match? Because I feel like every time I've seen him, it's just when he's having a moan. I'm so glad we didn't get him at United, you know. Paige, I've not seen Frankie all game. That's all right then. It's not just me. Yeah, I've seen him do bugger all actually participating in the match. The only times I've seen him, he's having a moan. I haven't seen him actually add anything to the Netherlands at all. But I wanted to just check. Maybe I was being harsh. Has he said that? Has he actually? Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad United never got him. Best thing we ever did was miss out on him. Shem didn't even know he was on the pitch. Oh dear. And then he's given out about everyone. How was he missed? How was he missed, lads? How was he actually missed that? Surely it was harder to miss that than to score it. It was a save. It was a save. It was a big, big, big save from Verbruggen. Well, I'll tell you what, right? As somebody who doesn't rate Verbruggen, he has absolutely stood up to be counted in this match. He's had some really, really good, important saves. That was crazy. Corner, by the way, terrible corner. Terrible corner. Today's theme, absolutely terrible corners. There's another one. Oh, and look, there's Frankie de Jong on the ground having a cry. What a save. Unbelievable. Great save by Verbruggen's leg. It was a very, very good save. And as I said, he's had a couple of good saves in this match, some really important ones. Well done, him. Credit where it's due. He's had a really good match, a really important match. He's made a difference for his team. Van Hecke just really undecided there. Didn't know whether he wanted to go forward or sideways and got caught on the ball then. It's frantic now, people. It's frantic now. Morocco on the attack. Van Dijk's going to get to this first, yeah. Van Dijk puts it out for a throw. I know he didn't do well for Morocco's equaliser, but overall, I do think that Van Dijk's had a decent match, to be fair. Yeah, sorry, a lot of whistling from the crowd. Don't encourage the bloody referee to blow his whistle more. We've only just got him to stop. It sounds like the crowd are just a little overtired, to be honest. Rob's just going to stay off now as well. I think once you hit a certain time, it just actually feels like you might as well just stay up. I'll have a nap. I'll have a nap because I haven't slept at all. So I will have a nap when this is over. Otherwise, I'll be a grumpy cow on the lunchtime show. Morocco are having more of the possession. That's true, Cyril. They're certainly loud. The crowd are very loud at the moment, which is good because it energizes the players. I'll be honest, that looked like a foul to me. It wasn't given, but I actually thought that was a foul. But it might have just been robust defending. I just can't call this one. I cannot call this at all. Morocco was more possession control. but that's no good if you're not actually doing anything with it. Veghorst was trying to attack, but he was slightly offside, lads. And when I say slightly, I mean very. Oh, it was a handball given against him. There we are. Memphis is fit, but he's not playing. Do you think, Paige, if it's looking like it's going to go to penalties, do you think Depay will be put on for penalties? The problem is when you put a player on for penalties and then they don't score their penalty, it's not a good look. Talby tried to cross it in, it's just blocked. He's going to try again. He's fast feet, but Somerville's faster. It is one back, though. Morocco still have possession, but they've been driven back. Mazraoui's been caught there. But the reason Mazraoui's been caught is because he's cleaning up the mess from his teammate. It was lost in a silly way, and Mazraoui had to get in there. He's fine now. But if that had turned into an injury, it was because his teammate was an idiot. Maybe he would come on for penalties. Oh, how would you feel about that? It feels like a mad move. That feels like a mad move. Is the other goalie like a penalty specialist? Morocco are trying to build up. The Netherlands seem happy not to have possession, except Somerville. Somerville wants possession, and he's closing it down every single time. Other than that, though, the Netherlands just seem happy to let Morocco keep with this slow build up thing. Does nobody understand that this is a knockout and somebody needs to win? They're just like pass, 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 pass. And the Netherlands are like, all right, lads, just keep passing. Except Somerville. Somerville has tried repeatedly to close it down, and that's about it. Netherlands are starting to lose their temper. Bit of a push in the back for Nui. That was not required. Yeah, 50-50. If you win, it's genius, and if you lose, you look like a fool. It would make me nervous because I think the keeper that comes on, they're not. I know for a keeper, it's not match speed, if you get me, but they're not in the vibe of the match. They're not in the feeling of the match. They're not in the. They're coming in cold. That would make me nervous. Andrew hates penalties. I think that's where we're going, though. First half of extra time, done. First half of extra time, done. We are going to penalties. I can see it. I can see it happening. I tell you what, though, we're doing bloody well. It's 4:20 in the morning, and we have 11 in the live chat. I mean, that is pretty impressive. Never mind what they're doing. What we're doing is highly impressive. Go us. Would you be confident, Paige, do you think, on penalties? I know nobody's ever like really, really confident. But do you feel you would be more likely to win on penalties, or would you be like, you'd be real nervous? Like some teams do perform better in penalties than others. Mazraoui's been brilliant. Yeah, how many of the 11 are awake? I don't know. Well, we've got Shem and Flossie and Rob and Paige, Surreal and Andrew. Who else? Who else is typing? Tom. Did I say Tom? There's 7, and Luca's been typing, so Luca is there. So there's at least 8 of ye typing. 8, even if it's 8 out of 11 are awake, that's not bad. That is not bad. There's 8 of ye still awake and typing. And we always have some people that don't, some people like to listen and they don't get involved in the chat, which is totally fine. Not everybody's a social creature. Some people just like a bit of company when they're watching the match without having to interact. But we have got 8 typing in the chat. That's a pretty good hit rate at 20 past 4 in the morning. I'm absolutely impressed with us. I'm more impressed with us than them. Luke is awake there. I knew Luke had written not that long ago. I spotted him. I did spot him. Andrew says, well, I thought Germany would win on penalties, but they missed 3. They had 100. Germany had 100% record on penalties before today. It goes to show you. And there's bonkers. There's bonkers. There's 9. 9 people awake and typing. It's unbelievable. Thank you guys so much for being here. Did I say Damien? I think I said, did I say Damien? No, so there's 10. There's 10. 10 out of 11. And I would say the one that's asleep is Bachman. So there's 10 of you awake and typing, and Boffman. That's not bad. That's not a bad shout at all. Gertruda coming on. Oh, let me get ready. There we go. Second half of extra time has started, guys. It's now or never. It's just now or never. If you want to score and not have to go to penalties, this is the time, people. This is the time. Rob says that the yawns are very contagious. I think I'm contagion myself at this point. My own yawn is making me yawn more. Fair play to you, lads. Fair play to you. If Shem, wake everybody up. If we're awake, they should be too. You know, it's like a little bonding experience for the hardcore that aren't, to be fair, anybody who's up for work in the morning. I don't blame them not being here. You have to sleep. Sleep is important. Morocco cut that out there. It was a little nick. I think Gakpo was a little frustrated at losing it there, and it was a little loose on the tackle. Nothing crazy, but he was frustrated at losing it. So it's with Mazraoui. Andrew, this World Cup, I've had 4 or 5 hours sleep a night. I couldn't do that every night. I used to be able to do it, but not anymore. Like that with the 2 today, and then with 2 like later today, if you get what I mean. And then after that, 1. England Congo's the only one I'm doing on the 1st. Go on, lads. Somebody go and win. Somebody be brave and go and win the match. What I will say is, since we've gone to extra time, Morocco have been completely in control of the possession. They've been the ones trying to attack, and the Netherlands have just been sitting in defending. As far as I can see, the Netherlands are playing for penalties because they're not attacking. They're all sitting in behind the ball. At least Morocco, however badly, are trying to win the match. The Netherlands aren't. They're just sitting in. Yes, Paige. Yes, yes, yes. They're just sitting in. They need to try and attack. The only one who's trying to attack is Cody Gakpo. But then he keeps getting cut out because he's the only one actually trying, so it's easy to defend then. Like, I think this is the kind of thing where if Morocco score a late goal here and they win, I don't think the Netherlands can feel hard done by because they're not going out and trying to win. We have a substitute, by the way, for the Netherlands. Who is it? I don't know the numbers. De Jong is coming off. I would suggest De Jong probably should have come off like an hour ago. He's been terrible. Just not in the game. De Roon is coming on. De Roon is coming on. If he's in any way more effective than De Jong, it can only be good. Mazraoui defending again. Morocco, we're going to try and counter, but a loose pass has sent them back a little bit. Morocco down the left. Well defended. Well defended by the Netherlands. There was a bit of a clattering all over the place there. And Gakpo's gone down again. Is Gakpo wearing rollerblades? Because he's just going down. Every time someone breathes in his direction, he's going down. Anybody looks at him funny, he's going down. His instinct isn't like get the ball, it's fall on the ground. And as I said, I felt like for a little period there, he was the only one trying to attack for the Netherlands, and then he was getting closed down. But he has to stop throwing himself on the ground as well. Right, free kick from Coop Miners, sent forward. It's gone out of play. Out of play. Gakpo's got a cramp now. Oh, Gakpo's done this. Gakpo's done this. So he needs to come off. So maybe it's not a cramp then, because you wouldn't come off now for a cramp. Would you? Not this close to penalties. Mazraoui and Gakpo having a giggle. Mazraoui's like, "No, this is the quickest way off the pitch, I promise." They're having a little giggle there. He seems to be he's hobbling a little, but I wouldn't call it limping. He's sort of hobbling. So I don't know if it is cramp or if he's strained something, but he's off anyway. Gakpo is off, and Clivert is on. Dumfries concedes a foul. So it's going to be a Morocco free kick taken quickly. Andrew, Spurs will enjoy Gakpo next season. He's a real mixed bag. Some things he does are like really good, and some things are like not. He's a real mixed bag. Like I said, there was a spell there where he was the only player trying to attack for the Netherlands, but then he's fallen all over the place by the minutes. Rob reckons, Rob with a hot take. I feel Morocco would win the penalties. Well, based on what I've seen for the last 30 minutes, they deserve to win because the Netherlands have just stood off completely. And I think when you play for penalties, you should lose. You should be trying to win at all stages of the match. If you're playing for penalties, you should lose. Wash a ball in by Saibari, an excellent defensive header there. Excellent defensive header. Somerville's on the ground, holding his calf. He did have a bit of a scream when he went down. Referee referee has stopped play. Maybe it's me. I didn't see a lot in that. They both sort of fell over each other. I didn't see a huge amount in that. Maybe there was, and I'm not catching it. Somerville is now, by the way, off the pitch receiving treatment for cramp. No, Damien says it doesn't look like much there. I didn't think it looked like much, if I'm honest with you. But he's receiving treatment. If he's receiving treatment on the side of the pitch, that means the Netherlands are down to 10. Because there he is. There's Somerville walking down the side of the pitch with the physio, which means the Netherlands currently have 10 players. Seedorf, yes. Yeah. There's not long left, lads. I mean, the ball's just back with Morocco. Penalties are starting to feel a bit inevitable. Oh my God, Flossie. Mr. Flossie is getting up for work, and the rest of us hooligans are still waiting to go to sleep. Well, we all hope he has a lovely day at work and he doesn't have to do anything too hard. They're trying to go down the left again here, Morocco. They're not getting anywhere. It's getting cut out every time they go down there. When's the last time they tried to go down the right? They do keep trying to go down the left. Why don't they try to go down the right, Morocco? Because down the left isn't working. He's a HGV driver, so he needs to have his wits about him, Flossie. It's probably getting bright here now, I would say. Yeah, it's getting bright here now. It's just nothing happening. We're going to penalties, lads. We're definitely going to penalties. I don't see. I feel like Morocco have been trying. They've been failing, but they've been trying. The Netherlands, I don't feel like they tried to win. I think since extra time started, the Netherlands just sat back. Yeah. We're waiting to take a throw. Sure, who's Saibari's busted open now. Saibari's head is busted open. He's blood all over himself and his shirt. It's on his eyebrow. And obviously, you can't play on with the blood on the shirt, but they need to clean him. There's no point in giving him a new shirt when he's still bleeding. They have to stop the bleeding. He's trying to just swap shirt, but sure, he's blood all down his throat and everything. They have to stop the blood. He's a big old gash on the eyebrow, you know. They need to get a bit of Vaseline on that. I just don't understand how play is allowed to continue. Like, that nearly cost Morocco. Somerville was through there. I just see when there's a genuine injury. I know we don't like the stop starting, but like, that's us, guys. We're on to penalties. We are on to penalties. Right, lads. So realistically, we can get rid of the score because doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything at all. So let us change this back over. There we are. There we are. Right. So that can stay. Let me get rid of you. Everybody's hugging it out on the pitch there. Two penalty. Unbelievable. My first 2 a.m. game, and it goes to bloody extra time and penalties. Bonker says, who will crack under the pressure. Well, it's going to be very interesting because I think Verbruggen has actually had a very good match. I think he's had a very good match. I'll be honest, Holland really annoyed me in that extra time because I felt like they just sat in. Really irritated me. I hate that I hate to see a team doing that. Go after the match. I understand the tactics of it. I do. But as a spectator, just go after it. Yeah. Guys, I'm reading your chats and I'm like, yeah. And I'm not telling you what chats I'm reacting to. I'm just like, yeah, that chat, that's a good one. It's just the same. It's the same phrase, Surreal. We would just say the same thing. They're doing a chat here and a huddle and but who's going to take the penalties? Because there's going to be a hero and a villain here. Because that's what happens on penalties. You end up with a hero and a villain. Yes, the Moroccan team looks like they're praying bonkers. They're saying a little prayer. They're having a big old group hug. Right, we're moving back into the middle, guys. We're obviously going to do the coin toss now. Yeah, we're doing the coin toss to see who goes first and who shoots where and all that sort of stuff. This is what I mean. Like, there's such a delay. Okay. So the Netherlands, they get to pick where the penalties are taken. Netherlands won both coin tosses. I think Netherlands are going first. Virgil picked where you're taking them. And I'm pretty sure he said that you guys will go first. Guys, penalties happen fast. Please don't put spoilers in the chat. We've had some excellent goalkeeping performances through the tournament. This one, though, this is the big one. So Bono's going to be in goal first because Netherlands are shooting first. Coop Miners, he's taken the first penalty. In. Scored. Coop Miners has scored. Bottom corner. Good penalty. Strong. I have to remind myself not to shout. It's really hard. It was a good penalty. And you know what? Taking the first penalty, that's such a pressure. Because if you opt to go first, you're shooting like facing your fans, and then you miss the first penalty, that's massive. So that's a big one to get it over with. The first penalty taker here for Morocco looks really, really nervous, you know. He looked really nervous. He's at the bar. You could tell. He's at the crossbar. You could tell. You could tell. He looked so nervous. He's bounced it off the crossbar. He looked so nervous. Really, really, really nervous. He shouldn't have been going first. He was too nervous. Right, Netherlands with the next one. He's missed. Clivert's missed. Clivert has hit it off the post. Clivert has hit it off the post. Off the post. Goodness me. Right, so Morocco's second. Rahimi's taking it. Saved. It's gone in. It's gone in. He saved it and spilled it. It's gone in. Not only did the keeper go the right way, he let it go. It's gone under his body and hit off the back of his leg. It's gone underneath him and off the back of his leg. That is so unlucky. It is now 1-1. It's level. 2 taken. 1 scored each. Weghorst is next. Why is Coleman hitting himself in the face while Weghorst is about to take a penalty? That doesn't feel like a vote of confidence. That was emphatic. That was emphatic from Weghorst. I'll tell you what, why was Coleman hitting himself in the face before Weghorst's penalty? And Weghorst is like scored his penalty. So yes, Weghorst. The Moroccan player did that to Weghorst, says Shem. I didn't say that. Ah. Thank you, Shem. I couldn't understand. Thank you. Our footage didn't show that. Morocco scored. Right. We're all level still. We're all level. Thank you, Shem, for that context. I wasn't shown that. My commentators didn't know what was happening. I hate the stutter. I really hate the stutter. But look, he scored. He has scored. So 3 taken, 2 scored for both teams. Netherlands up again. Timber's next. That was terrible. I think that might be the worst one yet. That was the worst one yet. Like he was. That is the worst one yet. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's universal. We all think that one was really poor. Look, I do always feel sorry for the player, do you know what I mean? But that was terrible. Right, Morocco. Hakimi is up for Morocco. He's at the post. What is going on? Hakimi's hit the post. I mean, you would have bet your house on him scoring. You would have bet your house on him scoring. Neither of these teams want to go through to the next round. What is actually going on? What is actual like you would have bet your house on Hakimi scoring? What is happening? Somerville's going to be next for the Netherlands. We don't have a ball. Right, we've got a ball. What is going on? I've actually no idea. No idea what is going on. And apparently neither do any of the players. What? Right, Somerville. I feel like Somerville will score. I feel like Somerville will score. Save! Save! Big save from Bono. Massive save from Bono. What I will say, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing because I can't believe what we're seeing. What I will say is, right, to be fair to Somerville, he didn't hit the post or send it wide. His was saved, right? The rest of them couldn't even hit the target. The rest of them were wide and the post and the crossbar and everything else. He had his saved. I'll give him that. Saibari, right? Saibari here. Saibari versus Verbruggen to get through to the next knockout. He scored. Morocco are through. Morocco are through. What I would say is, if I'm Canada, I probably feel a bit more confident about that match than I did before it started. Commiserations to Paige, because that I don't have a lot of words for that penalty shootout. Veghorst is sobbing on the ground, and God love him, he actually scored his. Somerville's quite upset as well. Commiserations to Paige, because that was tough. That was a tough watch. That was a tough watch for all the Dutch fans, I'm sure. And that's it, Flossie. Germany and the Netherlands out in one day. And Brazil were not convincing. What a day of World Cup football. Obviously, congratulations to Morocco. Congratulations to Nusser Mazraoui. But definitely commiserations to Paige and to the Dutch. Guys, I'm going to leave it there because it's incredibly late and you've all been so good. You've been so good to stick with me the whole way through, to be here right until the end. I'm intending to be live at 12 o'clock tomorrow. I am intending to be live at 12 o'clock. But thank you very, very, very much for being here. I appreciate it so much, especially given the hour of the day that it is. You're all wonderful. You're all wonderful, teacups. I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Special shout out to Shem and to Rob for their incredibly generous super stickers. Thank you both very much, guys. Hopefully, some of you will get some sleep. If not, I hope you have a nice morning, and I will see you all tomorrow at 12. Have a good one, folks.